Give me a second.
We will now be holding the funeral ceremony for Captain Rook. Would anyone like to say any words?
I guess I
I'm
will.
not good with that.
Go ahead.
I would, but I'm
No, go ahead,
really bad with
numbers.
speeches.
I was kind of saving this for when I um had my final send off in a giant ship explosion because I'm an EOD and if I'm gonna do something, I might as well save someone doing what I love. Um, the clouds of Valhalla have come, and in the end, I'm gonna save someone again, something like that. I don't know why I'm so emotional, but we'll all miss Rook, even no matter if we've had a little contact with him or a lot. Um, he will be missed, and I think that effect will contribute through to the people who join later on. Um, uh, that's all I got.
Anyone else?
I'd like to give a few words.
You may.
Alright, in character. I've served, well, more out of character. In the game, I've actually served Rook for a very long time, both in Empire and in Clone Wars, as some of you may know. He was a captain like no other, and his acting skills were fantastic, and he made some of the best events, trained us to become the best. And this is a bit more personal, but he was also a fan of Metal Gear Solid series, just like me. He has left the server, but that doesn't mean we won't just carry on our spirits. We won't just leave his spirit there. We're gonna carry him with us. He's gonna be there. He's still gonna be watching. And we're gonna show him just what we can do to make this server even better.
I have some words to say. I
And hold on, and to finish my little speech off, he was, in fact, pretty good.
I have not known Rook as long as many of you. I only joined when Camino opened. I joined the server day one of Camino when it was announced in the ARMCO community Discord. I joined because it was a Gmod Star Wars RP being hosted by ARMCO, and I was intrigued. I stayed because Rook made it enjoyable. The trainings he held on Camino, his personality, it made me stay, and I'm sure many of you have similar experience where the server would not be as fun as it has been without the presence of Rook. Those are the ones that probably have the most to say about Rook. I have not much more, so I will return the floor open. Iron's here. Hello, Iron.
I can speak real quick.
Okay, fine.
So, I've known Rook since me and him played on undead servers together. And the two of us, for a few months, or at least in my opinion, we had this little rivalry between us on who could get promoted faster. Then one day, our commander comes up to us, promotes both of us up to the rank of Colonel and Lieutenant Colonel from Gunnery Sergeant. We massively rank skipped. We then spent the next few months
I'm gonna give
co-commanding
another
the
speech, this
IC.
time in character.
Oh my.
Guys,
Well,
let me speak.
if you don't want me to, then I won't.
Oh, just
So,
for a second.
at which point, we and Rook spent about 4 or 5 months co-commanding the Imperial Commandos, and then now we're here. And
If I may.
I have got to say that Rook is not only an amazing commander in person, but he is one of the best friends
Boss, I would like everyone else to get theirs off before you go and make another one.
All right.
Does anybody else have anything to say?
I think I would. I'd like to have something to say.
Who's I?
Rock.
It's good old Rock.
Hi, Rock.
Hey. So a few words I would like to say about Rook, aka Coldblood. Was I loved how he tried to give this server and this community. Well, he didn't try. He succeeded. He gave this community a lot of love. I also loved how it usually feels like he's the only one that kind of cared about the medics, the 101st, especially with his vast medical knowledge. I also love that he would occasionally, he did this a little bit earlier on, that he would try to get this community to do other stuff outside of this server. Because I remember he would try to do some Cards Against Humanity mini events. And they were a lot of fun to do. He was great to play with, and especially the people who attended. But the one big thing I want to say about Coldblood is that he was one of the big reasons that got me onto this server, to this community. Because back with Empire, he was like a patron of Hello Greedo. This was originally the Hello Greedo early Empire server. And he kept like shouting out the server to Hello Greedo, like, hey, check this out, check this out. And Hello Greedo posted on Twitter the IP and what the server was about. And when I saw it, and I was like, oh, I want to check this out. And I got on. This was back when Mars was on, when Wolf was on. And I think, like, yeah, so for me, Coldblood helped me discover this server, this community, and I do not regret a single decision about joining. I am glad to have met Coldblood through Gary's mod, and because without him, I would not have met any of you guys. I would not have discovered on how there's more to this Star Wars community. Besides just the movies, but there's also the role playing, and I am glad to have met such a kick-ass person.
Mine's exactly the same as Rock. I basically, back in I joined the server back in May 8th, 2018. I tweeted him after I heard on Hello Greedo's stream about the roleplay, and he sent me to Discord. I got on. Back then we were going to get pilots, but you could only really be that if you were what was the name, Rock? It was like
What's up?
Pilots.
I have no idea. I think you had to be a patron or something.
Yeah, Patreon. And no, support on YouTube. And that's where I met Rock, and that's where I met when he was very first couple days when he was only a private. And yeah, we're gonna miss him.
If no one else wants to go, I'll go.
I've got one, but I can't fully say it, otherwise there should be a lot of background, so I'm just gonna put it in.
I guess I'll go. My story is similar to that of Argo's. I had never heard of this server before in my life. I just saw it one day when scrolling through Gary's Mod server lists, and there it was, ARMCO, opening day. And I joined the server out of curiosity, and when I got here, immediately Rook caught my attention because he's just such a great person. He has great character. He's just an overall great person. He really made this server enjoyable, what it is today, and why it's still so much fun for me. Without him, I probably would have left early on, but he kept me interested, he kept me entertained, and without him, the server's never going to be the same, but need to stay to make sure that his memory doesn't go just forgotten and left alone. We have to stay here, continue his memory, and try to respect who he was and what he stood for. And that's all.
I'm asking Iron, do you have any words at all?
If you were talking to Iron, I don't think he can talk.
He can.
Okay.
Yeah, he has to have CT roll, I think, or something.
No, well, he might be. He's talked in the chats before.
He's got retired age.
Yeah, he's saying he can't talk. I'm PMing right now.
Oh.
William, if you could give him a CT roll, that would be great. I can't alt-tab or it pauses the recording.
What role is the channel chat even tied to? It's not tied
I just gave him back his old job. One of his old jobs.
Alright,
can you yeah, you might have your mic muted on.
Oh, he's server muted.
By a hotkey. He's server muted. Okay, unmute him then.
What?
Who the? Oh, maybe it was Stibby or something.
Okay, you should now be able to unmute yourself, Iron, and yeah. You can say.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
What are we doing?
Rook has left the server permanently.
Oh, he lost his premises.
Oh, wait, what?
Dippy might remove him as soon as he sees that he has him.
Okay, that's weird.
That is weird.
Just
Anyway.
come on.
Oh yeah. I actually couldn't hear you guys either, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, basically,
Rook has left permanently.
He's never coming back. He's like.
Well, I know that. Yeah, he came to me for advice about it.
Yeah, so we're holding a funeral. Like you to say some few words.
Rook was a good Scar Captain. A little bit of an asshole, but he was fun to play with.
I second that.
Yep. Third.
Definitely.
I can't say anything about him being a Scar Captain. I will.
Same. I've just been
As an Imperial, he was one of the best people I've met.
Except as
he was a great person from the moment I met him. Like, he's been always like this, and it's always been this great.
Does anybody else have anything to say, or should I give the floor back to Big Boss?
Give the floor back to Big Boss.
Yeah, Big Boss can.
All right.
Oh crap! That's. Didn't you?
Okay, this is gonna be more in character. I'm not gonna say much, but all I can say is this. By now, he's probably having a smoke with Snake up there. Probably making jokes, asking how heaven has been. Well, they both know that they're not fit for heaven. He was pretty good. We'll be better.
Did anyone notice what he said last in the channel is the same as his video name?
Oh my god.
I don't. If he did, then I didn't notice.
Yeah, it was the last thing he said in the server before he left.
What was the last thing you said?
Basically, his title for the video.
When he gets to heaven.
That was the last saying.
All right. Well,